Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to be that we're in the final days, possibly hours, of the Rio capsules and stickers being regular prices on the market. And well, what I mean by that is from recent tweets from Cadian, and the fact that these stickers and this entire update has been out for almost a month means we're going to get the 75% off sale, and well, that's what I want to take a look at in today's video. Whenever a 75% off sale does happen or something like this does get removed that's been in the game for a long time, major or not, it does affect the market, and in today's video, I want to have my predictions on every single item, this being storage units, souvenir packages, golds and hollows, and even the capsules themselves. I know this major isn't the most exciting for most people, especially the sticker side of things when crafting, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to be exciting when the 75% off sale comes around, because you'll have a chance at unboxing something for very cheap and also getting other things for cheap as well that's not a part of Rio. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe for weekly CSGO content. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey.
Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly, has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
As of yesterday in CSGO news, obviously we did cover that Cadian has been kind of teasing adding CSGO on Twitter in certain tweets saying, when is the sticker sale? Very similar to how Rops used to tease Operations coming out. I believe he teased Riptide, and also the Stockholm and Antwerp stickers for when they came out, and well, he was 100% right on that. The very first thing I want to take a look at is Rio souvenir packages. These things have been very overhyped the past few days, I think for very good reasons. Obviously the Dust 2 and meta change update really affected a lot of different things, including these. The Dust 2 souvenir packages, as you can see, are a very high quantity over everything else, and it's kind of scary in a way, honestly, to see that this is 4,200 and the rest are under 1,000, which is just crazy to me. Obviously, if you have any of these, I would get rid of them. I think these are going to grow even more in quantity the next few as well, because when the 75% off sale does come, people are not only going to look at the stickers and capsules more because they're cheaper, but they're going to want to look at the souvenir packages. Even if they are full price, which they will be, people are still going to want to go for those. But I still have a lot of problems with the souvenir packages. Made multiple videos on how I feel about them. They're not very good. Souvenirs, in my opinion, are changed forever in a very negative and bad way. There's nothing unique about them where you can pretty much remake these things. And especially in the next couple of years, if Valve comes out with a map capsule where you can put a certain map sticker on a gun, you can 100% remake one of these. The same goes with Mirage, obviously, 2,200 at $3.17, pretty cheap. This obviously having the Desert Hydra, pretty exciting as well. But once again, there's just so many of them, and not even just the souvenir packages, the Desert Hydras, there's a lot of them on the market. Just the first week of the major, there was 24 on box, which was crazy that I talked about in a video. The reason Antwerps and Stockholms are working out very well for them is because of the borderless background, and at the time people kind of took that for granted, and I don't think we're going to get that back anytime soon. And even those, I believe the quantity is a lot higher than what we're seeing in the market, because people are probably just keeping these in their inventories, third-party sites, and of course storage units for an investment. And obviously when you look at the Dust 2 versus something like the Dust 2 from Rio, there's a big quantity difference, and that's obviously defining the price, but also the stickers as well. Next up, we're going to talk about these stickers, but most importantly, the capsules first, where you get them from. These are actually pretty low for before a 75% off sale. For before a 75% off sale for something like Antwerp anyway, you saw a couple thousand of these on the market, if not maybe 4,000 or 5,000. You're only seeing 400 now, and I think it's for a very good reason. People are just not interested in these whatsoever. They don't look that great, but most importantly, like I've talked about, and the reason I'm not buying any of these is because they do not look good on a weapon. They do not craft very well. Sure, the golds do, but those are obviously a lot different than the base versions, and that's why I'm going to compare the two at the end, hollows versus golds. What do I think is going to be better? Obviously, the most and highest quantity in the market right now is the Rio Legends autograph, and I'm not sure if the autograph capsules are going to be as profitable as something previously like we saw in Antwerp and Stockholm, because everyone now knows that those are the best. But obviously, with having a higher quantity on some of the autograph capsules, like we saw back in Antwerp, my reasoning for this at the time was, yes, the quantity was extremely high on a lot of the Antwerp ones, but they were still not a bad idea to buy. In most of these autograph capsules, you have so many different options to get things, right? Especially some of the gold stickers and some of them very rare ones and expensive ones at that. And we might see that turn out to be the exact same situation. As it goes for the hollows on the market, not too many of them, but of course, as you can see, Simple is by far the most popular, with being $12.95, but also a pretty high quantity as well at 24. Kind of another problem I have with Rio is the glitters and the hollows and even the papers don't look that much different from each other. So it doesn't really incentivize people to go for the higher version, in my personal opinion, versus other years. It was very, very noticeable. And of course, lastly, onto the gold stickers before we give my thoughts and compare some. These are very, very expensive, but also on top of that, they're very hard to obtain. And especially without a 75% off sale, you're going to be spending a lot of money trying to get one of these gold stickers. Out of everything we've talked about so far, I think by far these have the most potential, but of course not at their full price. Some of the capsules, depending on the quantity before they get removed from the 75% off sale, also I think has the potential as well. Now let's firstly talk about the hollows versus the golds. Out of the two, I think the golds win 100% of the time. They look a lot better, they're noticeably different, but they almost importantly look and just feel like a different part of the major, if not a different event in general. Like I talked about earlier, the glitters, the hollows, and the paper stickers all look very, very similar. Yes, they had their background update where they looked a little bit different, so the background blended in not as much, so you could see the autograph and signature a little better, but I'm still just not a huge fan of them. And even the golds, I'm not the biggest fan of those either, but I think out of the most recent years we've seen with autographs and with these new generation of stickers, these are by far the most unique for some gold stickers. And I'm going to be pretty interested to see how these perform, 3, 4, 5 years from now. So what are my overall predictions right now? I think the major is going to be overbought, overhyped, and overinvested for what they are. I think many creators' main points are going to be that they're super low in quantity, but little do they know, and most other people know, that they're very hard and suck to craft with. I am one to say, which it may not be popular, that RMR looks better than these stickers. I'm not even one that hates on RMR nowadays. I still don't think they look that bad, especially for the time, they weren't bad at all. Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.